That's the only thing I could think of. But
Yeah.
Either of you can make an insight check if you'd like. Sometimes it's not about keeping something hidden. Sometimes it's about sending a message. Or at least
yes.
that's something that occurs to you. So, maybe they're trying to keep something hidden down here hidden. Maybe they're trying to send a message. Who knows?
But if the Baron was aware of this, then obviously he could have either been a puppet or he could have been a key player in whatever these bandits were doing at those ruins we have yet to explore.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
So let's
Okay. Where will you head to next?
Down this way.
yes. So let's
It's like stairs.
Yeah.
Those lead down to a small grate that appears to access some sort of an underwater or underground spring.
Is there any way in or out from that way?
I'm assuming you mean from the spring to any other external source.
Yeah.
In that case, no. You can. It looks like it might provide fresh water for anyone who's down here, but the spring does not have access to anything else.
Okay. Should probably go this way then and see what's back here.
This is a rat den. You can scare off all the rats themselves, but this is a rat warren. There's a lot of
Okay.
locations for rats.
That's gross.
And these are tunnels. That's what happens.
I'm saying it looks like this is where we found the princess, so we'll go down this way.
yeah, this looks familiar. Okay, so we'll go down this way.
Okay. The path splits, so which way do you wish to go?
Let's go right, because it's the right way to go.
Okay.
And I see black powder, so I'm like, I don't want to be around this any more than we really have to.
That brings the total up to 28 barrels of the stuff you found.
Oh, Jesus. Is there anything in this shadowy area over here?
More rats. Anyone who wishes to can make a perception check. Roll something for Sarevich.
Man.
Okay. Sarevich, you are really well aware. It's a good thing you are a knight. That is the word I was looking for. Sarevich will, put up his hand like for silence, and he'll bring his fingers to his lip, doing the shh thing, and he will ready his weapon as you hear footsteps.
I'm like, alright, I just prepare then for whatever. I can't see anything, so I'm just preparing an action. If I see an enemy, I'm going to let loose a spell.
Okay. Sarevich will charge. Oops. With his sword
I
after.
see something.
Yep. Sarevich will hit. Sarevich will do a good amount of damage. As he stabs the figure who emerges with an axe brandished.
Well, that's not nice.
No, it is not. The person with the axe brandished will begin to shout obscenities and other unpleasant things.
Does he have a tray of meat?
That is only because that is the only good image I could find of someone holding a cleaver.
Are we rolling initiative?
Yes, you
Oh,
are.
I guess so.
You are not first on the initiative count.
Alright, so I'm just gonna... Right there.
Okay.
There. So I'll move over here and use, let's see, Astral Seal against him.
Okay. Alright, that will hit.
Okay, so he's -2 to all his defenses, and next ally he hits. Okay, so basically you have a better chance of hitting him now if you like. And that's the end of my turn for now.
Okay. Pim, you are up.
Alright. So I'm going to cast Dazzling Ray. Actually, because Pim doesn't just charge into battle, he will make a diplomacy check and try to ask this guy to lay down his weapon. There's no reason to fight us, and what he's doing down here.
The man is gibbering to himself and sort of has the bugged out crazy eyes.
Okay, so he's insane. Alright. In which case, let's just action point and Dazzling Ray him. So 21 versus Will,
That will hit.
so 27 points of damage.
Good God. He is hurt. Any other bad effects?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Surevich. Swing his sword. And deal maximum damage. Okay. The butcher is up. He will attempt a brutal kick on Surevich. He will have missed Surevich, so he will follow that up with a swing of his great axe. Oh, poor Surevich. That was half of your hit points. Oh yeah. And Father Crow, you are up.
Okay, I would heal him, Surevich, with my healing word. So he gets a healing surge +5 additional HP and a +2 bonus to his attack rolls.
Okay.
And then I would also, and since that's a minor action, I'm going to use my Astral Seal. Going to move a little bit closer and use my Astral Seal against him again.
That will unfortunately miss.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Pim, you are up.
Alright. Going to do Explosive Pyre. 17 versus Reflex.
That will hit.
So 17 points of damage.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Surevich. Will hit. And do minimum damage. The Butcher will use Brutal Kick. Missing again. Will provoke an attack of opportunity and begin fleeing. Okay. Okay. And he has begun fleeing. 2, 6. Okay. Father Crow, you are up.
Yeah, and where would the guards be that are coming in from the river? By the way?
They would be probably sweeping up from down south at the moment.
Okay. Just wondering if they'd be close enough to the butcher yet.
They will end up fairly close, especially if he does try and make a break for the that exit.
I guess I just laugh for him. It's like we need him alive at least.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Okay, I only have 5 speed. So I'm gonna use my standard and my movement, or my minor and my movement action. 5, and then I'll use my second movement. Okay, that's all I could really do.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
Pim, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna chase to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
And I think that's it. I don't think I can do anything else. Nope, that's it.
Well, you can use a minor for your movement, right? You can use like a movement and a minor for another movement, or does it have to be a standard?
I think it's a standard.
It's standard down to a movement.
Okay.
Okay. Zarevich. 6. 6. Oops. Father Crow, you're up.
Okay. Okay, so that's my movement action. And then I guess, yeah, that's it. Just kind of looking for which direction he ran, because I didn't see him turn the corner. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Pim, you're up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see Father Crow stopped. I'm gonna say I recognize where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that this is a dead end. So
Yep.
I'm just gonna tell Father Crow go left, and I'm gonna run up this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And can I see him by chance? Like which way?
Yeah, you can see him.
Okay. So I'm just gonna yell back then. He went to the stairs. And that's my turn.
And the butcher is actually going to not head up the stairs. He's going to make a very fatal mistake. Father Crow, you are up.
Okay. Okay, that's all I could do.
Okay, Pim, you are up.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's my turn.
Okay. Zarevich. The butcher is about to have a very bad day. 6. And as he rounds the corner, he gibbers something to himself and throws his axe down on the ground in frustration. Father Crow, you're up.
Okay, it's my turn. See that he's stopped. Well, like, I stopped running at that point. I'm just out of shape. Because I only have 5 movement, so. I'm like, wait. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Pim, you are up.
Alright, I'm gonna tackle him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I don't even actually have to. I can actually do something. I want to grapple him. This should turn out well. 1 second. There's a giant ass bug on the wall.
And then the podcast was derailed.
I need to put some more chase music in here.
I need to find non-copywritten chase music.
That was ridiculous.
Wasn't anything on the SoundCloud that you can input into Roll20, like public domain, pretty much?
Might be. Enter keyword. Chase. Let me
Right.
let me turn down Chrome before I do this. Oops, that's OBS. Interesting. All right.
What's that music from?
I don't know because I can't hear it.
Oh. Okay.
It's playing for you guys, not for me though.
Alright.
I don't hear it either.
So I'm
gonna check
basically
my
gonna
settings.
I'm gonna use my staff to try to like knock his legs out from underneath of him.
Okay.
Of course.
That was on a damage roll, not an attack roll.
Oh.
Yes, you can trip him to the ground.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna like pin him.
Okay.
And be like, alright boys. Buck him.
Book him, Dano. Alright. Well, this is actually a good point to take a break, so we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Alright, I'm taking my pants off.
And we are back.
When we get to a tavern, look for a song on SoundCloud called "Where's My Grog."
I will keep that in mind.
I gotta look it up now.
So, at this point, you have captured and detained the butcher.
Oh, great. Yeah,
So-
that guy.
So were you successful in tackling him?
Yeah, I tripped him.
Okay.
Beat him with my staff.
So like look over at the other guards and say, "Ah, good. The plan worked."
The plan.
So I want the guards to take him into custody, and we'll look into it later. I guess we can keep him in this whatever cell that they have at the barracks,
Okay.
because I still want to look over the rest of this place, make sure there's no one else.
Alright. I'll send a detachment of 2 of the guards to take care of that, or take care of him and take him back to the barracks.
Alright.
Okay.
I guess we could go back and finish sweeping. Although, I'm sure we weren't
Yeah,
very
since we-
quiet just now.
Yeah. I think we should see the lights from this southern room here, because it looks like there's torches from the map.
Okay.
So why don't we investigate that one first, then we'll double back.
It looks like a treasure room? A study? Looks like a study.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Poking around the room, yes, this is some sort of a study. There are papers and various other things, notes, stuff written like that, and I forgot to roll my 1001 D1000s in 1. Because I had rejoined the game. Oh well. Most of it doesn't appear to be anything interesting. It's just, a lot of basic books.
I'll have to get Brother Maxwell to come down here and I can collect all these for the library at least. Wouldn't want these tomes to be destroyed even if they are just like basic copies that we might have.
It is odd that this is down here, though.
Yeah. Maybe there's even something in the books, like secret compartments or something. Not sure. But I'm guessing since I come from the library, a lot of these books seem like copies of ones we have already.
Yeah, a fair amount of them are copies. It's a lot of, basic history of the nation. A lot of basic, teaching books, for grade school children.
Yeah, so this will save our monks at least the work of having to hand copy them, because, back in the day we didn't really have a printer or anything. Any kind of printing press. We had to write them all out by hand.
The printing press does exist, it's just not easy to use, and it's located currently in the capital. There's 2 of them.
Yeah. Well, since we don't have the luxury, these books could at least help fill out the library for more children and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing of note?
Other than its existence here, no, nothing of note.
Okay,
What's this
then,
over here?
Oh, a chest.
It's got a weird marking on the top of it.
Yeah, that marking isn't actually there, but there is a chest there.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to illuminate something for you. Each of that image is one single tile, so I can't make any changes to it. So, the chest doesn't have the mark there, and the fact that it has the mark is just because I cannot change the image at all.
Okay. I thought it was like a trapdoor or something.
Nope, it's just a chest. It's got a few writing supplies, ink, quill, some paper.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
so let's double back to that room we were coming from when we saw the butcher.
Now, just put myself over there.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so I'm assuming we were going this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
More barrels.
Hold on, I have to find Sir Avich.
And something else.
Looks like crates of some kind.
So I
So
zoomed
at
all
least-
the way in. This is really high detail, surprisingly.
Yes, it is.
Like, our tokens look ridiculous. They're so huge.
Yeah, your tokens are 256 by 256 images. Oh, good. I may have just crashed my roll 20. Oh, nope, there we go. Yeah, it's a lot of the stuff on this map is super high detail.
Yeah. All right. There's some crates here. I don't really know. I don't really want to go near the black powder barrels though.
Oh, I'll hand you my torch so I don't have fire in my hand as I approach them,
That's a good
and
idea.
then I'll go examine what's inside.
So how did the party end? We forgot to hand off the torch. These are food supply crates. Salted meats, anything that would preserve really well in over a long period of time. Honey, salted meats, a few other things. 1 or 2 pieces of journey bread. A few salted cheeses as well.
Okay, well, we'll make note of this also, so any food that helps the priory is also welcome. So it looks, take my torch, it looks just like food supplies next to the barrel of explosive gunpowder, so make of that what you will.
These barrels actually are not gunpowder barrels. These are actually, they are some sort of alcoholic beverage, barrels. Still bad idea to take torches next to them, though.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm guessing over here, from what the map says, is the one-way door.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'll slide it open and call out to the guards, like, any activity on this side yet?
They'll shake their head. As the door opens, you do see a very large armory room. Racks of weapons, racks of armor, racks of crossbows and quarrels. But other than that, nope, it's just the 2 guards in the room. They're sitting at a table playing some sort of card game, and they've said, nope, we've had nothing so much here. Or nothing so much as a peep here until you guys pop the door open.
Okay, very good. That should be all for now, at least from this direction. Give us about 30 more minutes, and then you are free to go back on your normal patrol.
Will nod. Or they will nod.
Okay, and I'll close the door again. Okay, last room should be up here, I guess, from what the map says. So I've been like systematically checking off little boxes next to the different spots we've been looking at, and filling in any blank spots that aren't exactly detailed records.
Yep, this is the last room. The contents of... I'm not going to move Sir AFH up. The contents of this room are similar to the other one. This also appears to be another sort of teaching room. However, this one shows signs of use compared to... more signs of use compared to the other one.
So looks through the books or the paperwork that has been recently rifled through or whatever, or displayed on the desks, just see if anything of note.
Military tactics through history. A brief overview. And various other papers that appear to be book reports on military strategies through history. Whoever was learning down here, it looks like they're going through a lot of officer training.
Do you think this could have been looking at Pym, do you think this could have been where the Baron did some tutoring or some of his own private study?
I think Pym might have muted himself.
Oh crap! That explains why everyone's ignoring me.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of books did you say they were on war history and stuff? Military history?
Military tactics through history.
Okay. And I agree. This could be where the Baron was doing some type of training for whatever he was planning. Yeah, just lots of odd stuff that isn't adding up. But Okay.
I'm wondering, with all the explosive barrels and these obviously big rooms for study and a door to the armory itself, they could have been training the bandits down here,
You think the
and they could
Baron
have,
was?
yeah, could have been. I also think that the barrels might have served a second use as not just as kind of maybe even destroying Hilford once they were done with it. They could have destroyed this whole settlement at least. Maybe the Baron was just a figurehead after all.
Hmm. Well, whatever it is, this is obviously above our heads. We need help.
Yeah, so I'll have the guards accompany some priests and priestess from the priory and at least clear out all the books and have our scholars at least go over anything of note, see if they can find any notes written in the books or any kind of clues from the text themselves.
I think
Then
we
we'll
need
also go on.
to, as I say, I think we need to be careful with who exactly we talk to. If the Baron was a figurehead, as we think, then who knows who's actually friendly and who's not.
Well, I have to trust the people from the priory because I grew up with them, so I think at least they can be trustworthy. Because our scholars really aren't here for any kind of political gain. They're just here for, like knowledge and helping the masses. And also, I'll also have these barrels cleared out.
Okay.
Need to at least destroy them or keep them somewhere else.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, with this broken part over here, what is that exactly? Just rubble?
The actual smooth stone wall has collapsed. It's a mixture of dirt, stone, and various other things that were behind the wall. It's just sort of spilled in. You're guessing it's probably a state of disrepair thing. It does not appear to be deliberately broken.
Okay. So to the guards that are still, any of them that are still patrolling, we'll say that seems all clear now, and I'll thank them and ask that at least 2 guards start being posted near the river entrance, or for them to at least repair the gates or the portcullis, whatever was guarding the entrance, and then have it chained and locked once they're done repairing it.
Okay. I will take to that fairly quickly. It's something to do that isn't walk around the streets. However, as you go to leave, a guard will come running up to you guys again, out of breath, and hand a small piece of paper to you, Crow.
Okay, I'll thank him and turn towards Pim and open the letter so we both can read.
It is a note that just says, prison has been breached. You had recently turned over Devlin and a few of the other bandits that you had been caring for. They had managed to recover enough to be moved into the prison cells, and it just says prison cells have been breached. Or prison has been breached. There's technically
Right.
8 cells, so.
We should go
Okay.
take a look at that then.
I'll turn to the guard and say, close the gates. Don't want anyone leaving
No
without without thorough searches and everything. Okay, and then gather the militia as much as you can. Any kind of able-bodied people. We need to start doing sweeps around Hilford, make sure we round everyone up. I want those guards at the armory to hand out weapons to able-bodied people that are that actually live in Hilford and are who are regular protectors in a time of emergency.
He'll nod and he'll begin scurrying off to start doing as you had commanded.
Okay, so I guess me and you are going to the prison.
Sounds it.
Okay, so we'll go up through the Baron's
Okay.
house and exit that way.
I'm getting too old for this.
You're effectively the equivalent of turning 16 or 18 or whatever the age of majority is.
Don't judge me.
Since-
Unknown voice in the sky.
The disembodied voice of Cord. Since the actual map of the prison is not relevant, it will bring us all back to the world map.
Okay, once we get out of there, let's put the cupboard back, and then as we exit, let's make sure there's 2 guards posted at the Baron's house, because there's still a bunch of explosive barrels under our feet, and we don't want them doubling back or getting down there in any way.
Okay.
Hold on. There. Go draw. While I wait for my map tools to stop, or my Roll20 to stop being frozen and derped up. But so you are going to go inspect the prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a wonderful sound. The prison itself is nothing fancy. It's just a building with a few iron bar cells. However, the iron bars themselves have been destroyed. It looks like they were either shattered apart or, exploded in some capacity.
So looking at, oh, that doesn't really help me, but okay, looking at the bars themselves around it, are there any traces of the black powder, or does it seem more magical in nature? I guess I would turn to Pim and say, if I don't see any black powder, I'd turn to Pim and ask what are his thoughts on how this happened.
Okay, I'm gonna Arcana check for any like latent energies. Maybe this was a spell.
There are spells that would have effects similar to this. There is some trace amounts of gunpowder, so it could be a mixture of the two. There isn't much information either to conclusively prove that it was either. Whatever it was very very because it shattered through the iron bars. It is only the cells that had prisoners in them that have been shattered. There do not appear to be any guards harmed here or any sort of, signs of a scuffle.
So they went out through their own cell. They didn't actually break out of the prison itself. They kind of just blew the wall out.
They blew into, or the actual cell walls, the iron bars were blown up, but yes, one of them did go through the wall. So it looks like they might have all met up in there and then gone out through the wall. Or through a wall, rather.
So one of them at least had magical capabilities in the bandits we didn't know about, or we did bring back with us.
Okay, I think there's a lot going on. We need to recoup. There needs to be some type of leadership in place for the town with the Baron gone. And we need to try to weed out whatever insiders were here at the town. As it stands, it almost seems like the Baron's staff can't be trusted. So far the guards have been working with us, but I'd still keep an eye on them.
Did you bring Sir Avich with you to the prison cell?
Yeah, you should have. come with us because he
Okay.
was hanging out the whole time. So
He will say that, at least in his country, the Baron's son should be the next one in line in the event of the Baron's demise, so perhaps finding the Baron's son would be advisable. His son is about 10 years old, so it wouldn't be much in the way of an effective measure, but it would at least give them, or the people back, a figure to look to, and then you could install some sort of regent who rules over the nation or the county as a castellan.
Yeah. Where, I'm gonna ask the guard, do you know where his family went?
I'll say his wife had departed to see some family in Cafford a little over a month ago. At this point, she's probably just arriving in Cafford. I'll say, but she left with her own small rider, or her own small envoy, riders herself. The children, we'll pause for a second and we'll say, the Baron's own sister does live in town. Perhaps they're staying with her. He'll think for a second. Oh, what was her name? Lady something. Lady Tessa Barthree? Or Drythay? He'll think. Yeah, I think it's Lady Tessa Drythay. She's got a house just on the outskirts of town.
Okay. We should probably find the children, get them somewhere safe, send a message to the wife, tell her to come back. I think we need to have 24-hour watches for guard duty.
we're also going to need to systematically search the whole town, like have the guards and people that are like our militia to go from house to house to make sure we can find any of the bandits.
Yeah.
We also need to rendezvous with the gate guards, which should have a bigger group right now, to make sure there's no one trying to charge the gate from the outside. I mean, clearly they have magical capabilities, so the guards might be overrun.
I'm just making a list of what needs to be done.
I would suggest we check the north gate first, because that's where that odd figure left. So maybe the bandits will try to escape north first.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Oh, and find the Baron's staff that seem to be conveniently missing. Alright. Okay. I think, as you said, any man that's able-bodied should probably help with guard duty.
So does the bell tower at the top of the Baron's place like signify like a time of emergency if we ring it?
Yes, the town does have a clock bell tower, so his personal bell tower would probably be a military sounding or an emergency sounding. It has not been rung in a very long period of time, though.
Okay, then we'll have to ring that. It'll get the attention of the populace, and it'll call whoever is around the town that will act as militia to come to the aid of Hilford. So let's ring the bells and start sending alarms, double the guards at the gates, and check in to see if there's any raids going on at the moment around the town.
Yeah, I think once we can be sure the town is secured and not in immediate danger of any other killings or anything like that, we can begin to focus on finding out where the bandits are hiding out at, what their plan is, who was responsible for the Baron's death, and go from there. And I forgot, we have to contact the king, send a message to the king about the Kenton refreshment movement. Sorry.
Do we have any?
There's someone dying behind me. 1 second.
Does Hilford have any carrier pigeons or falcons, anything that can connect to the capital for sending quick messages?
Yes. You do have ravens. Messenger ravens.
Okay, so that's how we'll do the reports for to contact the capitals at least. And if they do have a connection to where is it? Orland, if we do have one that can traverse that distance, also we'll send one to report on the happenings of the assassination attempt against the princess and asking for any kind of
I think I'm good.
any kind of reinforcements from them to secure her safe passage back to her kingdom.
Sir Avich will say that he will, sign and notarize with his own signet the letter to Orlon, and he suggests that signing and notarizing from him as well to the king would be probably the best idea for your letter to the capital.
Okay.
His reason for suggesting this is that, for all intents and purposes, you guys are to the king and nobody.
Yeah.
So a letter that just arrives that says, hey, one of your subjects is dead, the town's kind of screwed. He's not... While he's likely to act on it, it's not going to be acting on it in a good way.
Yeah. Well, we also have Crow's father, the Archbishop, so he could be a figurehead of Hilford in the time when the Baron was not there, when if his son is too young to do it. I'm sure the religious circles of having them take over will at least comfort the people.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a notary from him and the Archbishop could get our words heard at least.
Yeah, perhaps that would... Sir Avich will say perhaps then notarizing it from myself and from your father would be the best way to get this letter taken seriously and not out of context.
Yeah. I'd also send word to my father at the Priory about what's going on, and as we help the militia search for the bandits and everything, he can begin organizing like a sanctuary for any of the peasants who aren't able to fight, just in case it becomes like all-out anarchy in the streets, so that none of the innocents could at least be hurt during this exchanges that are going to happen.
Yep. He will see to setting up sanctuary and aid for those who need it during this trying time. And he will, of course, also notarize, or he will also give his signet and signature to the letter for the king.
Yeah,
Alright.
so
Are we ringing
guess
the
we-
bell then?
yeah.
Maybe there are some hermits living outside the town that might be willing to lend their arms to the defense. of the people.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I also kind of like see your thinking in that and say, yeah, I'm sure the bells could be heard from a good distance away. So maybe we could get some local aid from the outside farmers and hermits as well.
Perhaps. However, the result of ringing the bell, I will save for next week. This is a good enough stopping off point, so we'll be back next week at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This has been the Basement's Bear Podcast. See you guys then.
Thanks.